Hey, welcome. Today, we're diving into one of the most detailed and, yeah, pretty controversial explorations of the afterlife ever put to paper. Dr. Michael Newton's Journey of Souls. It's maybe the biggest question there is, right? The one that follows every single one of us around. What actually happens after we die? Is it scary? Is it nothing? Or is it something else entirely? For most of human history, what else could we do? We had to rely on faith, on philosophy. The answers, if there were any, were a matter of belief. Basically, we could only guess. But what if you could actually map that journey? Not through belief, but by tapping into the deepest memories of the soul itself. We're going to explore how one therapist claimed to have done exactly that, creating a surprisingly consistent picture of the soul's journey home. So, the guy behind all this, Dr. Michael Newton, he wasn't some kind of spiritual guru or mystic. Nope. He was a traditional hypnotherapist. And get this, a self-described skeptic. And that right there is what makes this whole thing so fascinating. His starting point was disbelief. He didn't even mean to find any of this. It all started by accident. He was treating a patient for chronic pain, and out of nowhere, this past life memory of a World War I soldier came up as the source. It was totally unorthodox, but it worked. So he kept exploring, and then one day, he accidentally guided a patient past a past life and into the space between lives. He'd stumbled upon a doorway to the spirit world. Okay, so you're probably wondering, how on earth is that even possible? Well, Newton believed our mind has layers. You've got your conscious mind, the one you're using right now. Then there's the subconscious, holding all your memories. But he said there's a third, deepest layer, the superconscious. He believed this was the soul itself, and that's where the memories of our real home are stored. All right, so let's get into the journey itself. According to hundreds and hundreds of his case studies, what's the very first thing that happens when we die? Let's go to that moment of departure. Almost every single time, the first reaction is just, well, it's shock and awe. Patient after patient described this surreal moment of seeing their own body down below and having this incredible realization. My body's gone, but I'm still here. I'm floating. And right after that shock, something incredible happens. This wave of freedom washes over them. One person described it perfectly, like peeling a banana. Just this clean, easy separation from the physical body. Suddenly all the pain, all the sickness, all the weight, it's just gone. But here's something interesting. They don't always zip off right away. A lot of his subjects reported wanting to stick around for a little while, often until after their own funeral. They try to comfort their family and friends, to send a thought like, hey, it's okay, I'm all right. The sad part is they often feel that the intense grief of the living creates a kind of static that makes it hard for their presence to be felt. Okay, so once they've said their goodbyes and are ready to move on, the real journey begins. So where do they go next? Now, this next part is going to sound super familiar, probably from movies or things you've heard about near-death experiences. There's this consistent description of a tunnel effect. They feel a gentle pull through a dark, kind of hazy space, but it's not scary. They're just drifting towards this little point of light that just gets bigger and brighter and wider until they emerge from it. That's the portal. And what's it like when they emerge on the other side? The reports are just incredibly peaceful. The first thing they notice is a profound stillness, a quiet. But it's not empty. It's filled with this palpable feeling of love, of belonging, of empathy. Many also talk about hearing these beautiful ethereal sounds, like wind chimes or a musical tingling that seems to recharge their very essence. So you pass through this gateway of light, you're filled with this sense of peace, and then comes what might be the most powerful, most emotional moment of the whole journey, the homecoming. Just listen to this, from one patient who was absolutely overjoyed to be greeted by her favorite uncle. The recognition is instant. The emotion is just pure joy. It's that beautiful moment, isn't it? The realization that no one we love is ever really truly lost to us. Okay, but wait a minute. This raises a pretty big question, right? If souls are just these forms of energy or light, how do they see Uncle Charlie? How does that recognition even work? Well, the answer is just fascinating. First off, for the comfort of the soul that just arrived, other souls can project the familiar human form they had in a life you shared. But the real recognition happens on a deeper level, telepathically. One person said you just recognize a soul's energy. It's like seeing a light you have known before. And an embrace? It's not physical. It's described as two masses of bright light whirling around each other. Incredible. So after those beautiful reunions, the journey isn't over. The next stage is more structured. It's all about healing from the life you just left and, well, getting your bearings. Yeah, subject after subject described this incredible experience, something one of them called a shower of healing. They enter a place, or a vessel, where this stream of pure, liquid-like energy washes over them. It's designed to cleanse the soul of all the trauma, the pain, the negativity it picked up during its time on Earth. It's a total reset. So think about it like this. We arrive carrying all this heavy baggage from our physical life, right? Emotional trauma, pain, stress. This healing process is literally about letting all of that go, being restored, and becoming that whole, undamaged spiritual being you were always meant to be. Once you're all cleansed and restored, the next step is meeting up with your spiritual guide for a life review. And this is so important. It's not a judgment day. It's described as a really compassionate, gentle debriefing. It's a chance to go over the playbook of your life, what you learned, what you struggled with, all for the purpose of growth, never for punishment. So what's the point of knowing all this? What are we supposed to take away for our lives right now? Well, the ultimate message from Newton's work is that if you understand this map, it can genuinely reduce or even remove the fear of death. It reframes death not as an end, but as a transition, a return home. And maybe most importantly, it suggests that our messy, beautiful, difficult lives here on Earth aren't random. They're purposeful. And that really leaves us with one final huge question to think about. If death isn't an ending, but a homecoming, well, how does that change the way we look at life?